Hey there, it's Sarah, back to help you improve your fitness on even your busiest days. And today we're going to focus on our hips. We will not only strengthen them, but we will improve their mobility over the next 12 minutes. We will start on our feet. Shoes are totally optional. We will finish on the floor. So if you need to grab a mat, now's a great time to do that. Or just make sure you have a comfortable space that you can come down to, because we will be seated for the end of our workout. Today we're going to start up on our feet, just moving those hips with some big hip rolls. We're gonna pick up one knee and just circle it around. And then try that with the other leg, just rolling through those hips, starting to get them moving. Listen to your body, work within its capabilities. Don't force any of the range just yet. We're just warming up, just loosening up. When you hear your bell, you're going to step your feet out wide for some nice wide squats. So toes out towards those corners, bend those knees right over the middle of the foot, and sit your hips back. Keep your chest lifted, your belly button up tight, and just move through those hips. Sit them back, come back up. Just getting the body moving. Maybe sit a little lower because you've only got 14 more seconds of these. When you hear the bell, we're going to face one side and we're just going to pulse a lunge. So we're just going to turn to one side, keep those feet hip distance apart, drop into that back knee, bend that front knee no further than that front big toe, and just pulse that bend. Try to bring that back hip forward, squeeze that back glute, feel some stretching in the front of the hip and some activation in the back side. Push through that front foot, press through the ball of the back foot, and keep pulsing until the bell when we switch legs. You choose how low you're going in these lunge pulses. Maybe you're going to do a few and then shake out those legs and do a few more. Try it on the other side. We want to square those hips. We want to feel the front, nice stretch. We want to feel the back engaged. We want to press into that front leg. Keep some weight in that back leg. Keep the chest lifted and the core tight. At the bell, we're going to rotate from a squat into a lunge. From a squat into a lunge. So we're going to pick up the heel, rotate on the ball of the foot, and then drop that knee down under the hip. When you come back to the front, knees press out. Should be feeling those hips now. They're starting to say hello. Can we go a little lower? 8 more seconds. And then we're going to come down to the floor. Shake out those legs and have a seat. Bend one leg in front of you and the other leg behind you. We're going to start by taking the hands behind us and we're just going to windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Really loosening up those hips. Here we go for 25 seconds. Take those knees back and then bring them back in front. Just going back and forth through those hips. Try to tap both knees in both directions. You can lean back into those arms. 5 more seconds. Loosening up those tight hips. Stop with one leg in front, the other leg behind you. You're going to take that back knee and you're just going to pick it up, set it back down. Lift it up, set it back down. So if this is a move that you don't do very often, it might feel challenging and it might feel like your knee isn't lifting very high. That's okay. Think about lifting the knee and activate those muscles that would pull it up. Those outer hips, you're going to feel some inner thighs, adductors and abductors. Keep that belly button up tight and try to sit really tall. And you might feel a little obliques as well. We're going to try that front knee. Pick it up, set it back down. So now we're going to use that inner thigh to help lift that leg up. That hip flexor right here. Try to press that knee back down so that we've got work in both directions, up and down. for 15 more seconds. Then we're going to start to challenge the brain. We're going to take the hands behind us and we're going to try both knees at the same time in 3 seconds. Really press those ankles down and let's lift both knees up and down. Might be a workout for the brain. That's okay. Take a second, tune into your body, and let's get it to do what we want it to do. Both knees as high as you can, and then really press them both down. Should be feeling those hips, probably more the outer hips, some inner thighs. In 5 seconds, we're gonna alternate. So turn that brain on. You're gonna do one up, one down, and switch back and forth. It might feel real crazy. It looks a little funky, but we're working those hips. You should be feeling them. They might be feeling a little tighter. That's okay. We're going to loosen them up. You get a little stretch at the bell. We're going to go back to those windshield wipers. You've only got 6 more seconds here, alternating one knee up, one knee down, back and forth. Wow, stretch that out. That was kind of tough. Release those hips, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to switch which leg is in front and take that front leg back behind us. Start to bring your hands behind you. And we're just going to windshield wiper back and forth for 25 more seconds. Try to tap those knees in both directions. Really loosen up those hips because we know they're about to do some more work. When you hear the bell, we're going to keep that front knee down and we're just going to pick up that back knee, lift and lower. Make sure you've switched sides. We don't want to work the same side that we just did before. Pull that knee up and back and then try to press it down. Sit really tall. Maybe activate that oblique just a little bit. 10 more seconds. Lots of work for the hip joint. We're going to switch legs. Keep that back knee down, lift that front knee up, and then press it back down. Try to really push it into the floor. And see how high you can pull it up. That way, we're working the adductor as well as the abductor. Keep it going for 10 more seconds. Start to turn on that brain because we're going to work both legs at the same time. Lifting both knees up, pressing both back down. Lift and lower. You choose the speed. Maybe try to increase that range. Can you lift a little higher? Can you really push them down? For 20 more seconds. Probably starting to feel that back hip. It's telling you thank you for making it stronger today. Make sure that brain is active because we're going to alternate one up, one down. And we just go back and forth. So one side might feel easier than the other side. One side might be a little more challenging for that brain to figure out. That's okay. You probably don't do this all the time. It might feel really awkward. But it's good to move our bodies in different ways. To get a little comfortable being uncomfortable sometimes. 10 more seconds. Then we're going to stretch it out and release those hips for one more set of work. Here we go. You've got 20 seconds to stretch. Release those hips however you need to, whatever feels good to you. Listen to your body. Maybe grab a quick sip of water. We're going to start this last round with our feet together and our knees wide. And you can just hold those ankles if you want, or bring the hands behind you. And we're just going to bring those knees in and then try to press them towards the floor. Up and press them down. Pull them in, press them out. Keep that going. All right, we're gonna go to single leg lifts. Keep one leg bent in, extend that other leg out in front, and then just pick up that straight leg, tap it back down. Hands behind you or just by the sides. Try to sit tall, try to flex your foot and lift that kneecap. We're gonna do a lot of work for this front hip flexor, and we're gonna feel that quad engaged as well. And we're going for 9 more seconds before we switch legs. Another move that if you don't do very often, it might feel very challenging at first. Switch sides. It might feel like you're not doing much at all. That's okay. Just thinking about lifting that heel up and lightly tapping it back down, you're gonna start to activate these muscles. Try to lift that kneecap, really activate that quad. And you've got about 15 more seconds. Lift and lower, sitting tall. You can support yourself with your hands behind you. Lots and lots of work for those hip flexors. We're gonna take both legs out in front and we're gonna alternate. Pick up one and then the other. One and then the other. Try to keep those legs super straight. Try to flex those feet. Draw that belly button up tight. Sit tall. And keep moving. We're going to repeat our butterflies at the bell. So in 8 seconds, we're going to bend the knees, take them wide, bring the soles of the feet back together. This time, bring your hands just above your knees to your thighs. Push those knees down. Now pull your thighs up into your hands and now press them back down. Pull into those hands, push back down. So we're going to create even more tension for those inner thighs, for those hip flexors. We're going to work against our hands. So press them into the legs as you pull those legs up. And then really push them wide. 5 more seconds.
Activity complete.
There you go. 12 minutes for those hips. Stretch it out, let it go. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Maybe take 12 more minutes for yourself if you've got the time. If not, get back to those busy days. And I'll see you next time here at 12 Minute Fit. Don't forget to subscribe because I try to do something at least once a week, but we all know life is busy for me as well as you. So we get what we get. But I hope to see you back soon. Until next time, have a great day.